official permission to destroy all humans!
Hello, YouTube! This podcast is personalized. It's brought to you by Pinky Culture and
Dragon Queen.
And you're watching this on Poketch. So our first story is the big one, E3.
Woo!
E3 is happening this June.
It's happening.
So what do you got on E3?
We have so much news. But it's happening. So it's apparently happening from June 12 to June 15. And surprisingly, Nintendo will be there. It took everyone by surprise. Like, wow, Nintendo's going to be there. Yep. With Xbox. Sony seems like they might be absent, though. Yeah.
So who else is in the lunch table?
So the other invites were Ubisoft and Capcom and Take-Two. And Warner Brothers Interactive. Apparently, Sony and EA are not going.
Okay.
And apparently Sega is also not going. But we don't know yet because when they first made the announcement, they said who already confirmed. But they also said, and there's others coming too. So, some might change their mind. But it seems like Sony is almost like a definite no. Wait, there's one more thing I needed to say about E3 because we have a lot of E3 news.
Right.
When it was first announced, E3 was apparently going to be behind a paywall.
But it isn't.
Right.
It isn't now. It says...
I know, but we had to let you know because...
That was a rumor.
It was. It was saying like the possibility of that because it's coming back, but it's not it's not going to be a physical event.
It's a digital event.
It's a digital only event. So pretty much everything's going to be live streamed. There's still there's just a chance that like the companies and such might be on location, but like the event itself will be all digital. But there's another big E3 related news. Nintendo might have a direct around E3. So this is major. We found out last night.
Yeah, so there's gonna be like 2 presentations. Nintendo doing a direct and the E3 presentation. So like Nintendo's gonna be showing off a lot of content, and this is gonna be big. Yeah, June is gonna be a big month.
Yeah, we're expecting the possible Switch Pro stuff.
Yep, and more new games and whatnot. What else about Nintendo? Apparently, like there's some kind of the next Nintendo revision is gonna have Bluetooth, so they might show that off.
Oh yeah, we like everyone's been asking for Bluetooth support since how people are like, how come the Switch can't have Bluetooth support and everyone else can? Yeah. Like we want to be like, apparently the only way for you to be able to connect,
Bluetooth, right? Is through third party.
Yeah, you get adapters through a third party, which they're probably making money from that. But it would be great to be able to have Bluetooth support. Like for the people that want to use their headphones and such.
Yeah, I think when they do a Switch Pro version thing, it's gonna have Bluetooth. It'll be cool if they could have like a headset and like talk to people and stuff instead of like having a phone app.
Yeah. Which
is pointless because then you might as well just use Discord on your phone to talk playing. But even then, it's like, I don't know.
Nintendo has not been transparent about this Switch firmware update because apparently there also might be a Switch dock upgrade on it too.
Right.
This is all coming from people that data mined the update, saying that we might get a new dock possibly. This is kind of crazy, but there's a possibility of a new dock if they come out with a Switch revision, which would be pretty wild because we're already 4 years in, and I don't hate the Switch dock. I like it, but my main gripe is that sometimes it would lose connection randomly. The light will turn off and it will disconnect. Like,
which has happened, and it has happened to us.
yes.
It has happened to me when I've used to do streams back when I had the regular Switch.
And the capture card and all
Yeah,
that
capture
jazz.
card, all that stuff, and it would just disconnect. And I was like, it has to be the port. I don't think it was a capture card. It had to be the port, because the port, once the port disconnects, the whole capture card can't capture anything. So it's the Switch port having all these problems.
Exactly. So it would be really. I would love a Switch dock revision.
Yeah, me too. Honestly.
That's all like the E3 Nintendo related news. So we're very excited over here in this household for E3.
Yeah,
we're gonna be tuning in.
Do you have any other E3 like stuff? Anything they're gonna show off? Anything?
No,
you think?
when
So we're in a
we're still
dark here.
yeah, we don't have any scheduling or anything. When it was announced, they just said, "Oh yeah, these are the companies that are confirmed. Sony might not be there, and that's pretty much it. And the dates. That's all we got."
So one thing I wanted to talk about other E3 was what you see in the picture here is it looks like Xbox is whipping PlayStation. I kind of made this like funny looking thumbnail because apparently Xbox Game Pass is going to be undercutting some of like PlayStation stuff. Sony didn't one of Sony's games.
Yeah, so Sony was supposed to get MLB.
Right.
I think they were supposed to get it first or something like that. It was some kind of
It was supposed to be like an exclusive.
They were gonna be some kind of. I think it was maybe a time exclusive, some kind of exclusive deal with MLB The Show. But MLB The Show is like, nah, we want to be on everything because we want to make sure we actually sell. The thing about sports games is that when they first come out, everyone gets them, specifically the normies, and then after that they just drop in value almost immediately.
Right.
Because they do them yearly, so
right.
Their lifespan is very short. So they're like, to make as much sales as possible, they want to get on everything.
So it's good. Yeah, it's gonna be also on Switch, but I'm pretty sure there's other games that like.
Well, possibly. I don't think that's confirmed yet. Or is it?
Is it confirmed to be on Switch? I saw some news. I have it written down.
Check, because I have it like as a question mark there. So yeah.
I'll check, but I heard.
Yeah, I don't want to give a false info out here, so just check. Yeah, so Xbox. Well, yeah, MLB The Show went to Microsoft, and they were able to get on Game. They're gonna get it on Game Pass the first day.
They said it's possible.
Oh, see, it's not confirmed yet, but it's possible that MLB The Show will be on the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much their plan is just to be on as many platforms as they can to be able to sell and make that money.
It's possible to be on Switch, but the big thing is that there's gonna be games that were supposedly like Sony exclusives or PlayStation exclusives that are gonna be on Game Pass, and that seems to be undercutting the whole thing. Like MLB The Show, people say, "Oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal." That's what I was seeing on Twitter. Like, "Oh, it's not a big deal. It's just one game." Now we have a Hideo Kojima game. Possibly is going to be on Xbox and not on PlayStation.
Yeah, there's a chance it might be an Xbox exclusive. The rumors out there is that Kojima's obviously working on a game. It's just pretty much like
pretty much confirmed.
Yeah, but it seems like it might be going to just Xbox. So, I mean, if it just goes to Game Pass, it would be definitely more incentive for people to get Game Pass. Right.
So yeah, Xbox is just dabbing on PlayStation right now with the Game Pass stuff. PlayStation still has its exclusives, but Xbox buying all these studios and.
Yeah, remember all of this is about money. So if Xbox went to Kojima and gave him a bag of money, he's not gonna say no. So.
Exactly. So yeah, we kind of starting to see a little bit of a
shift there.
Yeah, because I remember when the new generation was announced and it just came out and stuff, like a bunch of PlayStation games, like exclusives, PlayStation, look at this world premiere, all this stuff, and then like Xbox didn't have anything, like, and Halo was delayed and their biggest game was delayed, so people flocked to PlayStation because of that. Sony's gonna have to.
And in the same
deal with some of the backlash, not the backlash, the blowback of some of the Microsoft, trying to one up their rival,
Yeah, definitely one up.
And Nintendo here in the corner just laughing it off because they might get some of the crumbs too. Like MLB might be on Switch. Like I think that's what ends up happening. Like these two fight it out, and then like Nintendo gets some of that.
Guess what's left?
Yeah, some of the scraps. Which okay, I mean whatever. The fact that you get to play some of these games portable, like I think Crash didn't Crash come out on Nintendo?
Oh yeah, but it's about time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
So.
Because it seriously was about time. Actually, speaking of games coming to the Switch, and we were waiting for it because they've been on other platforms. Destroy All Humans, the remake, bro, it's coming to the Switch finally. I'm so excited.
I hopefully it runs well, because this is an old game, but like it's like a remake or
it's a remake. It's a remake of the original game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I played the original. I love Destroy Humans. I was so excited when they first announced it, and I was so sad when they didn't mention the Switch. And now I'm excited because they're like, oh yeah, it's coming to the Switch. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's in June. It's coming out. It's gonna have a physical release, so that's really cool because I'm always looking out for that. Apparently there's gonna be some sort of like special collector's editions, but it might be for different countries. That's what I've been hearing. And speaking of games that are only coming out for one system, going back to Sony stuff, Deathloop is been delayed to September 14, which I thought was interesting because like, it's my birthday. Why is that so exact? You would think, because this is not the first time that that Deathloop has been pushed forward.
Right.
Because of this been delayed, but it's because these companies are like, apart from the fact that current world events, they're also thinking like, you know what, we don't want to be in a cyberpunk situation.
Yeah, like for example, Cyberpunk was so bad because it was rushed that all the companies don't want to like
be in the same position. Yeah, they want to be in that same position.
Right. Okay.
So the people behind Deathloop were like, you know what, we're gonna take our time, but apparently we have an exact date for you, so that gives people hope and like, all right, so this is still happening. We're still getting this game. It's just being pushed forward, so which makes the Sony calendar a bit bare. Because right now they only have really like 3 games, but they're like so far apart that people are like, oh, because we got Returnal that people are overlooking. Because I mean, I'm overlooking that game. It's coming out the same day as Pokemon Snap. I'm sorry, you're not gonna get the same amount of love. It was your own fault there. On April 30th, and then Ratchet and Clank is a summer title, and then we have Deathloop in the fall. So I'm like, all right, so we have some games, but they're like pretty far apart.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Sony catalog has been a bit suffering, so the calendar is a little bit bare. But their sales for the PS5 are skyrocketing still.
Yeah, because it's almost like a cloud thing. It's almost like, okay, there's no game that's in this thing, but hey, I got the PS5.
Yeah, well, Sony is trying to like be out here like, all right, we're sending PS5s like hotcakes. We can't give you too many like games on the moment. They're pretty far apart. And then Xbox out here, but like, we have Game Pass, and that's pretty much what's happening.
So speaking of one thing mogging another, Outriders has surpassed Avengers in sales. Like Avengers kind of, was it like a live service game?
Yeah, they say that it's not, but it might as well be.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just has not done very well. And people, I thought it would do well,
because everyone thought it would do fine because Marvels. Because they thought like, oh, we get the Marvels rights, we make this game, it's gonna do great. Well, that's not what happened at all, and it's doing poorly to the point where a title like Outriders, which people are like, all right, we're kind of excited for it, but you will think that one will have having the bigger name, it will do better, but that was not the case. And there we go. That's what happens. We have Outriders out here just surpassing them, which is, I think, hilarious.
Yep. We got some more news. Mario game for the NES has been sold out at eBay. Was it eBay auction?
Yeah.
For over $660,000.
Yeah, I know. It was the OG Super Mario Brothers.
Right. Didn't we cover this before? But the game was like 200 grand.
I think it was 300.
300 grand. Oh, wait, did it reach 600K? Or was this a different game?
I think it might be the same Mario Bros. Well, not like it might be the same game, but I think this auction just skyrocketed even more.
Oh, so it's like this ongoing saga, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you.
Right, because we covered this like a while ago, right?
We have been covering auctions that just pop up randomly on my social media. We're like, hey, look, this auction of like this Pokemon card or this video game is being auctioned off for like more than you ever make in your lifetime. And we're like, wow.
That's crazy though, like a
Uh,
Mario game. Because the thing is, the game looks like it's already in the plastic thing. It's sealed and it's already in the plastic case.
yeah. No,
So it looks super, like, that looks super legit, super rare.
yeah, it looks like it was in very good condition. So yeah, if anyone listening to this, if you got any rare games, this might be the time.
Yeah, like, I got myself a 3D All-Stars, a physical copy. I have not opened it. I've only had the digital one. I just have the physical one for I could sell it when it gets real, like. So I have it unsealed and everything, and then, like, I'll wait for it to get really big, and then, like, bam, sell it for, like.
Usually I wouldn't condone that.
But
But
fuck it, like, Nintendo's the one that's created this
they did.
this artificial scarcity, so people are always gonna take advantage of it, and we're in hard times, so.
Yeah, we're not in the best position ourselves, so.
Yeah, no one. I mean, most people aren't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of things that
We-
that are pricey and keep selling out, the Analog Super Nintendo. So for anyone that doesn't know, the Analog is a company that makes analog things.
Okay, they make for example, the analog Game Boy or the
Yeah.
analog Pocket,
Exactly.
which is like a Game Boy that could play Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, but it looks like a Game Boy kind of, but it looks more like
Yeah, so
looks a little more modern.
they're
though.
all about the physical.
It's like a modern day physical version of like the old Game Boys, where
Yeah,
it's like,
the
it
old
comes
school.
with it comes with like it lights up, the screen, and it has a charger. It's like looks more modern. It's a more modernized version. If it's as if the Game Boy Advance sold in current year. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's like
If we were taking the Game Boy and we'll bring it to modern times. The same with because they also have they don't have at the moment, but yesterday they announced the Super Nintendo, which is when you first see it, it reminds me of when Nintendo came out with the Mini. Yes, it's about. It looks like it's about that size, but it will play the cartridge.
yep.
It was going for 189, but it already sold out. That's the thing about Analog. They have such limited supply, especially now with current world events. They just can't make that many. That they sell instantly. I'm pretty sure that when I saw the post today, that it at least sold within within the first hour at least. Yeah, I'm always keeping an eye on them because I think what they're doing is really cool. It helps with like the physical preservation of these handhelds and consoles, because for the people that want that experience, that want the physical experience to eventually have it. I mean, when I say eventually, it's because I'm hoping that they put the Analog Pocket back in stock at some point. I would definitely love to get that. Please, Analog. So
We got another auction. This one is a Lost Castlevania game. It was basically like a canceled game that its beta form. What was its beta form? It's like a leak of its beta. Stage. was put into a disc and everything.
Oh yeah, so
And it auctioned.
yeah, so Castlevania Resurrection, the beta version that never saw the light of day because it was not made into a game. Well, someone found it in in their basement or something, and they posted a video themselves putting a
I don't
in a
believe
dream
that though. Oh, I found it in my basement. This Castlevania like unreleased like game that never came out. No, this guy I think this guy leaked it. Like he probably found the data or some kind of leak happened and he put into. I found it in my basement, bro. Creepy. It's totally not. That's what you hear out of a creepypasta. Like I found this game in my basement. It was haunted and they ate me.
So, but this means that this used to be lost media and now it's been found.
Yeah, so I think that someone leaked. Like the old Castlevania. You know how the file's been leaked. Old games been leaked this past year and last year as well. Like
yeah, the auction for this
they got for $22K, over $22K.
Yeah, by the time that when we saw it was over $22K. Do you know if it sold?
Not sure. You want me to check?
Yeah, check. I'm sure the people want to know. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. That so for Dreamcast, if I'm not mistaken, did it say in the auction that?
Yeah. Okay. I keep seeing articles that the auction exists, but I don't know who bought it. Like I don't know if it's been bought yet.
The games for Dreamcast, and did it say in the description that it will only work? That it wouldn't work with a retail one?
Yeah, it wouldn't work on a retail.
I think you will need a developer kit one.
Yeah, developer. So you have to dump the ROM. You have to do some way to play. Like I think if you, for example, emulate it and then you somehow put the disc in your PC and do some techie magic, it could be possible. But I don't know. And I can't find any article saying that it has been sold already. So I don't know. I've looked into all the articles are from 2 days ago. So we don't know. You have to look that on your own, audience. Like I looked up, like once you're past the second page of Google, like bruh.
Well, there you go, Castlevania fans. There you go.
Castlevania fans, check if maybe you could still buy. Maybe if you have a rich, if you have rich daddy.
If you have 20 grand laying around.
Yeah. If you have a rich family or something,
Yeah, please. Also, not. Also, sounds like we're just joking, but for preservation's sake, please, someone get this and preserve it.
Yeah, someone might buy. So it's gonna turn up somehow. I mean, I don't know. There's not many people that just have that much money lying around, but there's always gonna be those wealthy collector types.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, actually, another game, but this is a fan game. Metroid Prime 2D.
Yeah, so someone make a fan game of Metroid Prime.
I'm scared just to talk about it because
Yeah, I think they took it down.
Nintendo ninjas.
Yeah, I think they took it down. So whatever. So think Metroid Prime, right? But instead of the 3D first-person shooter, it's a 2D shooter. 2D and it kind of works the same as an old Metroid game would, but it takes all the same content from Metroid Prime, like the story and the stuff you fight and the mazes. It just takes it in a 2D perspective. And people that played it so far said it's pretty good. Not sure if it's still up because how Nintendo takes these things down all the time.
I think it might still be. Okay, we might get in trouble with this, but it might still be out there. Check.
Alright, I mean people are always.
I'm whispering because
people are always gonna find ways around it and download it anyways.
But that's exciting. I'm gonna see if we could find it because I would like to play it. This is because someone called Nintendo is forgetting the fact that is Metroid's anniversary and people are still waiting for Metroid 4. So,
Yeah, and also not just that, nothing about Metroid has been announced. We have no Metroid.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I feel so bad.
It's been a while, since they announced Metroid Prime 4 as in the trailer, and they haven't done anything since with that, which sucks. But it's supposedly still in development, so we don't know.
But speaking of Nintendo again. Pacman 99!
Yep, Mario 35 is gone, but Pacman 99 is here.
Yeah.
And I've played it, and I'm not good at Pacman.
I love Pacman, so I think I'm really gonna enjoy it.
Right. I miss Mario 35, man. I already miss it so much. I played it. Like I play Mario 35 quite frequently. It was such a fun little like game to just just pop in, just do a few quick sessions, and that's it. Like it was great.
Yeah.
And seeing it go away like that made me upset. Like I wanted to come back maybe with more features next time, like a paid version, with like or maybe for it to come back but with paid DLC or whatever if you want to like make some money out of it. But it was such a good experiment. People loved it.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember watching the trailer for Pacman 99 and thinking, that looks fun. It was actually a really good trailer, and I can't wait to try it. So if you have Nintendo Online, you could play it.
I got some more news. This game called Balan Wonderworld, which is pretty bad.
No. Let me talk about the salt. This is not just that it's bad. The salt level for me for Balan Wonderworld, it is immense. But we're here to laugh at it again. It's apparently sold less than 21 or
2100, less than 2100 copies
in Japan. It didn't even make the top 30.
Yep.
You know, for when games come out, especially on
they usually make it in the top 10 when a hot game just comes out. It makes it in the top 10.
Especially, yeah, exactly.
Usually in Japan, because Japan has a smaller population than us, so it's when a game like has 1 million copies. That's a lot. That's like already like a chunk of their population, and it makes it in the top 10.
And it's not because it came out the same day as Monster Hunter Rise. It's because it's just a terrible game. But yeah, the other thing that's surprising, especially when it comes out on a Nintendo platform, it usually does well. So if you're doing bad when you come on a Nintendo platform, you're terrible.
Yeah, and the reason why is because the demo was so bad that it threw off everybody from wanting to actually purchase the game.
You would think that I'm gonna say this again, but you would think that they wouldn't want to do a Cyberpunk moment, and they're not even doing anything about it. By the way, it's not like they're trying to really patch up too much things, except for the fact that the one that could possibly kill people.
Yeah, they patched the seizure cutscene, the seizure-inducing cutscene. So that's
like,
great.
oh yeah, we kind of care. There you go. Yeah, I don't know about for everyone listening to this, but my salt level was very high.
Yeah, well, it's too bad for them because they haven't like that. Yeah, they that's karma. That's what you get. You do all this.
Speaking of games,
dumb stuff, you get no sales.
Yep. Speaking of games possibly coming out to the Switch, Neopets. Who remembers Neopets? I was a big fan of Neopets back in the Flash era days. Oh yeah,
Flash is gone.
Yes,
so.
Rest in peace, Flash. Rest in peace.
Yeah, no more Adobe Flash.
No. Well, if you think about it, might be for the best because the notification for Adobe Flash was very annoying. It was everywhere. Yeah. But yeah, it is sad though. But Neopets, they managed to survive through the death of Flash, and they're still going. Of course, not the same numbers.
I think they should do some kind of reboot or something, and I think this is a good chance to be on Switch. Like reboot the whole game to be for Switch, and it could be its own thing. Like.
That'd be amazing,
an online
please.
game or something, yeah.
I hope that these rumors turn out to be real because that'd be awesome. I love Neopets. The little characters are adorable. The mini games were fun. Like, that'd be honestly, I feel like it would work on the Switch. Like, aesthetic wise, it's perfect. If they could tweak so you could get your character and you could do the mini games that would work with the Switch. You could control it well. It should be fine.
Right.
Anyway, I would love that. Please make it happen. What else we got on the list? You have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah. Let me see. Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear.
Oh yeah, the Build-A-Bear.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, they did. So they first. Okay, when Animal Crossing came out. People are saying, "Hey, Build-A-Bear should make Animal Crossing plushies." So this was going on for like the longest minute, and then finally they announced it the other day. Yes, I remember getting the email. Yeah, we're doing this collab with Animal Crossing. Awesome. And the day it comes, I get the email again. This is happening tomorrow. All right. And then I started seeing the articles and people saying like, all right, you will have to get it on on the queue, on the website. You have to get there early, to make sure that you could get it online to be able to buy the plushie, because it's online only. You can't do it in person because current world events. You can't go into the Build Workshop stores. We have a few here in New York. But unfortunately, they didn't announce which characters they were gonna put out, and people were kind of disappointed, and it was a disaster.
How so?
So it's a one-time look, which beloved characters, a big character, two of the biggest characters, probably the biggest characters in all of Animal Crossing. But people wanted more characters, and people were wondering why they didn't even let people know that it was these two characters in advance before letting people get on this, virtual line, and then to find out, hey, just these two characters. Okay.
Yeah.
You could have let us know in advance. And then the fact that the scalpers and people getting into it first, and bots and people waiting forever on the line to be able to even get them. It was a disaster. I keep seeing on social media people being upset about it, like this could be awful, it's gonna sell out, people, it's gonna end up on eBay, and yeah, that's all that happened. Yeah, it did. It was a bit of a disaster. But then Builder was like, hey, glad you guys like these. And we're like, thanks, I guess. We're putting out more eventually. And people were like, wow, do some village or something. We don't know which one they're coming out, but they said that they're going to come out with another one. It might be Kick Slider, which we fine. But I definitely see people still wanting, like, not just the main characters, people also just like special NPCs. People really want the villagers, and they're like they were thinking like how missed opportunity it was, like not to have a bigger collection for more characters that people could choose from, and so not letting us know in advance.
True. Well, that's Build-A-Bear for you.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
Yeah. We do have another story. The Department of Justice. This was crazy. The Department of Justice is investigating Sony for purchasing Crunchyroll. It has to do with the whole anti-monopoly laws. So Sony once again taking another L. This is the Sony taking L's
Yeah, it has
podcast
been.
right now.
It has been.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when I saw the story, I was like, I thought it was like some kind of joke, but it's not. The Sony Funimation Global Group proposed to buy Crunchyroll from AT&T for $1.175 billion. So yeah, over $1 billion to buy Crunchyroll. So anime fans were not happy about this because Funimation and Crunchyroll are the biggest names internationally when it comes to how you consume anime.
Right.
So if Funimation bought Crunchyroll, they will pretty much, and that's why they're being investigated, be a monopoly.
Right.
Funimation would have a monopoly on anime. I mean, to the point I saw an article some time ago, probably a few months ago now, that Funimation, this is not the first time that Funimation's been like trying to do this. Like they're really trying to push of trying to get all of anime. I mean, I can't deny what Funimation has done for anime, but maybe right now they're maybe taking it a bit far.
Yeah. Like we can't have monopolies with this stuff.
No, it's actually also it's illegal here. So just
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we can't have that happen. People do like having one place to watch stuff, but what people don't want is just one place where
You have like kind of no choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was really cool when like Funimation or Crunchyroll will have certain shows, it will competing against each other for, and
For rights to different shows. Yeah.
exactly, and then people could choose which one they will rather watch on and all that stuff. Usually, objectively, Funimation will get the better shows because a lot of times they will have the better dubs, and that's fine. But Crunchyroll will have an even bigger I felt like Crunchyroll had even the bigger selection.
Yeah, true. Like Funimation has like select animes and stuff. They're like like the more popular stuff.
Yeah.
But Crunchyroll has like a huge selection, like, and they have like the main animes like My Hero,
And
Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, your standard stuff.
Yeah,
right?
you're starting at shonens and big animes of
JoJo.
the moment.
Yeah, but the fact that if everything gets bought by one company, like, it's just very corrupt. It could lead to corruption, and this illegal. So, yeah, big another L for Sony for taking part in this.
So yeah, anime fans are not happy, and the Department of Justice is trying to figure out if this will be a problem, if acquiring Crunchyroll would mean that they will be like the only one standing, which based on numbers and all that, yes, it would be the case. But let's see what the U.S. Department of Justice says. We'll see.
All right.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the story because obviously as someone that watches anime on a regular basis, and for most, I'm sure the people that listen to this that play video games but also possibly watch anime, because there's a correlation there. Keep an eye out. We might have our Funimation's overlords give us all the animes, or we could just have two people like the usual. Which I was pretty okay because it's true. There were times I will get a bit upset that I want to watch a certain anime and be like, oh, you should watch this. Like, oh, perfect. And then I will go try to see if I could find it. It was only on Funimation. Like, and it was a bit upsetting.
Do we have any more news?
Yes, I do have more news. I was looking at I have a list here.
Me too.
So speaking
stuff written down.
But speaking of Funimation, Funimation got The World Ends With You, the anime. Yes, I know it's also a game. So for anyone that likes the World Ends With You series, Neo ends The World Ends With You. The pre-order is up already, so go pre-order the game. And if you want to watch the anime, which I actually want to watch the anime. I never played the game, but I like the visuals. So I think I might dig the anime. I was planning on watching it, so it should be out. It's out now. Funimation is subbed, and oh yeah, Borderlands 3. This was interesting. So Switch already has Borderlands 1 and 2, and I actually own the physical copy. But it doesn't have 3. And then, it was
a supposed leak of the ESRB.
Yeah, exactly.
Rating Borderlands 3, and it said for the Switch.
But it was not just Borderlands 3. It was Borderlands 3 Director's Cut.
Oh, with the added DLC, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. So people were confused by that because how can we get this more
like a definitive version of that game
when we don't have the regular version,
right?
So people were very confused, and then they came out saying, "Oh, it was just a mistake." Well, they actually didn't say that. They I think they tweeted out again without the Switch logo.
It was a mistake, and they deleted the Switch to be included from that list of games.
Yeah,
and also that game is it's so hard to run in the sense that it's so advanced that like it runs poorly on like original PS4 and Xbox One. That it's better so if you do want to get it, it's just better to get it on PS5 or Xbox Series, or PC if you have a good PC. Because,
if you have a good PC.
Yeah, because that game is definitely not going to work well on the Switch. It'll run poorly because it's one of those like I want to say next gen, but like last gen, but like in the farther end, like where when games started running, like it won't run as smoothly if you have an old system. Like if you have last gen, maybe if you have a PS4 Pro, maybe it'll run better. So yes, it's definitely wouldn't work on Switch. It's one of those tough games to swallow if you have a crappy system, or a crappy PC. because it's basically the game plus all DLC, and it's improved everything, like visuals and whatever.
So yeah, Borderlands 3 director's cut.
Yep.
So this one, everyone, it kind of took everyone by like, huh? Everyone did a huh, and you're gonna do a huh too. The Last of Us, not part 2, but just the original Last of Us that you got to play and I got to watch, and I thought was really cool. It's getting a remake
again. They basically they want for PS4 like an updated version, like it could be PS4 levels. So yeah, they want for PS4. They're always doing this. They're always doing like Last of Us, like remake or like ports or like improved whatever.
Yeah, they was trying to have like this definitive version of it
Every time a new system comes out.
right, and that's fine.
Because they want to milk the crap out of this game. That's all it is. It's like it came out. It hit record. The record numbers PS3 was talked about on the playground. Like, oh my god, this game is so great. This game is so great. When PS4 came out, they just re-released it with better graphics and stuff. And then they probably added some content there too. There was some like DLC and things like that. And then PS5 comes out, and now they want to like release The Last of Us Part 2, and that one was it had mixed results, and I think they like, okay, let's milk the old one again. Shut it down. They just milk the old one again. Yeah,
so it took everyone by huh? It's not that people were like, I guess there were people who were surprised, but most people were like, kind of confused. They're like, this game is not that old. You like all of the it's like
yeah, usually when you think of remake, you think like I don't know if it's gonna be a remake. I think it's just gonna be another.
No, people like no. It's actually going to be a remake. So
well, it's gonna be the same characters. Is it the same game basically?
So there's not too much information. It's just people are just saying like.
Because I think they're gonna pull the same thing they would do with PS4. They're like, oh yeah, remake. Like it's the same game, just improved graphics for the current system. Because it was on PS3. They did the same thing with PS4. They included all the content, and they improved the visuals and the way it runs and everything and all that. Like just it was like the definitive version for PS4, and I think they're gonna do the same thing for PS5. So by remakes, I think it's gonna be the same game, just like.
But that's how it's being quoted as a remake, which makes no sense. This is not a retro title. It doesn't. It like.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's been the talk of the town on the socials.
It's not like when they remake Final Fantasy games that are like that back then were like super pixelated, or those old looking polygons, like that look,
Yeah, so here we go. So I just found the IGN article. It says Sony Studios are reportedly working on a remake of The Last of Us, while Sony band begins on a new game after an unsuccessful 2019 pitch to make Days Gone 2. I don't know, man. Sony, like,
they're gonna milk they're probably gonna milk the part 2 as well, like re-release that one, or something. Have a Game of the Year edition, like, just. Yeah, they're gonna definitely milk this series.
Shame, because out of all the games like they could have chosen to remake, they show something that is still pretty recent in terms of games.
Isn't like Last of Us like they came out there in PS3 era, so that's not that.
But it's still pretty recent. It's true that the PS3, yeah, but the reason I say recent is because we already have like a more definitive. Yeah, exactly. So we don't. So I'm saying what I'm trying to say is not needed. We don't need this. They could have chosen some other game to bring back as a remake, but here we are.
Exactly. You got any more news?
That's it.
We're out of news.
But I mean, I feel like it was enough news. We had a lot to cover this time.
There was so much. Oh man, so much packed in there.
Probably because the E3 decided to be like, we have all the news.
Yep. Well, this has been Podcast is personalized just for you if you're listening to this. And I guess that's it. So thanks for tuning in.
Bye-bye.
And have a good one. Sony taking L's.